Hey, this is Adelaide Kane. Rain premieres next Thursday at 9, 8 Central on the CW.
Tonight on Nightcap. Issues in the House of Prime. Dion ducking serious allegations. His Twitter blowing up. And don't forget your ink. A colorful message for non-believers, or so we think.
Yeah, man. What's his phone number, man?
More fun with your telephone. No fooling. Drunks zeroing in on Congress. It's always a party on Nightcap. And it starts now.
Shot number 5, always good for a little drama. Deion Sanders, or the man who likes to be called prime time. Well, he's in the spotlight again, and not in a good way. It's a situation that could get him arrested. No, he's not exchanging barbs with his ex-wife. This time, Deion is in the middle of a police investigation. DPD is looking into claims he assaulted an employee at the charter school he co-founded, Prime Prep Academy. It's been alleged that Sanders fought with Kevin Jefferson, who said he was grabbed by the throat and thrown on the ground. Reportedly, the whole disagreement was over poor grades of some student athletes. Now, Deion was quick to tap his Twitter feed and speak the truth, as he called it. Here's the first one. I won't sit and witness my Prime Prep kids receive seconds when they deserve the best education. There was no assault, but a definite confrontation. 2 minutes later, he posted another tweet saying the person claiming assault is a fake administrator. And you know, Deion, he's not done. We got some great lines from him today. Let me read a few others put out there. Lots of lies circulating in DFW right now, and ask any student or teacher at Prime Prep. Grades is what I am about. Makes you wonder if this is going to be on his new reality show. Should be interesting. Shot number 4, back to her old stomping ground. State Senator Wendy Davis will be in North Texas to host a fundraiser. It'll be held Monday at Gilley's in Dallas, and it's being called budget friendly. Davis hopes to raise $40 million for her gubernatorial campaign, and she may need every penny to defeat likely GOP candidate, Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott. Shot number 3, are Republicans and Democrats ready to get this done? House Republican leaders offered the White House a deal on extending the debt ceiling for 6 weeks in exchange for negotiating on spending and shift away from disrupting Obamacare. The proposal would avoid a default on the nation's loans, which makes Wall Street, economists, and the rest of the world happy. But it would not reopen the government.
It's time for leadership. It's time for these negotiations and this conversation to begin. And I would hope that the president will look at this as an opportunity.
Let's wait and see what the House does. When they send us something, we'll look at it as clearly and as closely as we can.
Right now, the shutdown is in its 10th day with no end in sight, and it's having an impact. Ask any furloughed federal worker who's not getting paid. You know, desperate times call for desperate measures. There's a website called drunkdialcongress.org. It's just what you think. It allows people to call, yell, or rant at random members of Congress. But as we learned in shot number 2, that's not the only trouble brewing. Local micro beer meisters are also feeling the effects, and it's causing quite the buzzkill.
The Texas beer scene is booming. Next month, Gary Humble wants to join the party with his hopefully soon to open Grapevine Craft Brewery.
Brew house, and then all of your fermentation tanks.
But there's a Texas-sized problem in Washington. The government is shut down, and his permit is lost in a growing backlog stack of permits.
When I go to log on to my account to check our permit status, you get this big red banner that says Appropriations Lapse Notice, Cessation of TTB operations.
Workers at the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau have been sent home, and his permit is now in federal limbo.
Now, the issue is the application. I mean, it's called the brewer's notice. And we have to receive a brewer's notice from the TTB to go into business.
Gary is about $1 year and $1 million into the launching of Grapevine Craft Brewery. The goal is to start brewing the first week of November and open on the 27th. He checks the TTB website 3 times a day.
I'm trying not to be nervous, but look, here's the thing, man. We're real people with real businesses, with real families.
Other breweries are waiting for federal approval to move beers across state lines. As for Grapevine Craft Breweries, website up and running? Check. Fermentation tanks to arrive on Monday? Check. Washington gridlock jeopardizing opening? Check.
It's frustrating when you've done all you can, you know, to do the appropriate thing to run your business and to dot your I's and cross your T's, and you know, it's not reciprocated on the other end. What else do you do? I mean, I'm a guy here in Grapevine, Texas, waiting on Washington, D.C.
While folks on Capitol Hill seemingly sit and do nothing about the shutdown, this family in North Houston received an eviction notice this week because of it. Lance Corporal Skylar Prentice served 4 years in the Marines, including time as an IED dog handler hunting down explosives in Afghanistan.
It's just a mutual understanding between everybody that it's going to be dangerous. I mean, every day was like that.
Tough gig, but that's the Marines. When Skylar got out of the service, he started going to school to become a diesel mechanic. He was receiving regular monthly checks to pay for his rent and utilities while he's in school. But this month, that $1,000+ never showed up due to the government shutdown. Skylar's wife Amber went to the apartment manager at the Preakness in North Houston to explain. She offered to pay $500 toward their rent, but the manager said no. They needed all of it or the family would be evicted. Monday, they got this eviction notice.
It breaks my heart because I don't want her to be out in the street. I want her to have a stable environment.
But all is not lost. Skylar has a plan to get a student loan this week to pay his rent this month. Now he's got to worry about his classes for next month.
After this 3 weeks is up, then I won't be able to go to school unless I pay out of my own pocket.
We contacted the Preakness, and Rachel Doris, a spokesperson for the company that owns them, emailed us to say she wasn't aware this was a veterans benefits issue. She wrote, if persons are deprived of their ability to pay rent in a timely manner because of the government shutdown, then our policies regarding rent will have to evolve accordingly. The Preakness folks said they'd work with the apprentices, maybe even dropping this month's late fees. Good news for this month. But what about next month? Skylar says it's time Congress end this.
I think that's kind of pitiful. It's just like, you know, an IOU to somebody, and it's not fixing anything. It's just making people mad.
And rightfully so.
Shot number 1, when the Cowboys and Redskins meet on the gridiron this Sunday, extra focus will be on this game. It's not just the plays, but what's on the radio airways. A national campaign will air spots urging Washington to change its team name.
It's a dictionary-defined offensive racial epithet. You shouldn't be using that to sell a national sports team.
Team owner Dan Snyder isn't playing ball, though he's repeatedly said he has no plans of ever changing the name. The life of an intern, they put up with a lot for no pay, and one woman's struggle with HIV is not a death sentence. She says it's a chance to help and motivate. Plus, religious tattoos not uncommon, but one in particular has a lot of people upset.
Well, we've seen some pretty nights all week long. That continues tonight. But look ahead towards the weekend. We've got showers in the forecast. I'm going to break it all down for you coming up in just a bit. Nightcap rolls on after the break. Keep it here.